Long time no see. It's your boy, Super Duper Sloth, back again for another video. But this time, I'm not going to be doing a Reddit review. I'm going to be doing one of those classic tier lists. This time I'm going to be doing a tier list for fast food restaurants. And I figured, that was kind of my specialty. That's kind of where my niche is. Actually, just eating. Fast food is where I shine. So I found one of these just random tier lists online with just a whole bunch of fast food options. And you can see here, our top tier is just absolutely slaps because, that's just going to be the toppest tier right there is absolutely slapping. And the tier below that is just A, your classic A, B, C, D, and then F, for me, is just going to be, I would never eat there, even if there was like an apocalyptic event and like literally that's the only fast food place left. I would probably still not eat there. So hopefully not too many are going to hit that, but you never know what you're going to get. Let's just jump into it, honestly. We've got Arby's here. Problem I have with Arby's is when you go there, you feel like you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like there's just never a point in your life where you're like,
you know what sounds good right now is some Arby's.
I've never heard anyone actually say that out loud. Like the food's not bad, right? Like I remember going there and I'm just like, oh, that was a meal. I ate there. So I'll give it a D. Just cause like I've never wanted to eat there before, but like if I had to eat there, I'd just be like, okay. Next up, Jack in the Box. Honestly, dude, Jack in the Box is a classic. It's one of those things where like you don't actually eat there on purpose. You only eat there like after midnight when everything else is closed and you want to buy 12 tacos and destroy yourself. So it's not like absolutely slaps, but it's such a classic. I'm gonna give it an A. It may drop down later to give room to others, but for right now, pretty solid A. A and W, I feel like doesn't exist anymore, anywhere. I don't remember the food. I don't think I've ever actually been there. But honestly, it's gonna go F tier. Just cause like, imagine you're in a desert wasteland and you walk by A&W and that's like the only place with food or drink, you'd probably still keep walking. Cause you'd just be like, no, that's not for me, dog. That ain't it. All right, next up, Auntie Anne's is literally the best pretzel you'll ever have in your life. Like if you think you've had a good soft pretzel, head over to Auntie Anne's, get their little like pretzel nuggets and like the cheese sauce, and you dip them in the cheese sauce. Oh my gosh, dude. The only place you're ever gonna eat that is at a mall. And so like mall food kind of hits different, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna give Auntie Anne's, I'm gonna go A, because it's not an absolutely slaps, because for me like absolutely slaps is like you're gonna go there on purpose all the time. Boston Market, absolute F tier. Absolutely terrible food. I've never had a good experience there where I was like, dude, they cooked that appropriately. I've just always walked away from that like, who in their right mind buys this on purpose? It's like a sit-down restaurant, but to go, F tier. Totally awful. Burger King, oh, that's another rough one, right? Because obviously they're living in the shadow of McDonald's. They're like McDonald's neighbor who tried to, do all the things that McDonald's usually did when they were kids. Like McDonald's got a new bike for Christmas and Burger King got a scooter. Like that's kind of how Burger King is in comparison. You get it. But their food is actually good. Like I enjoy the food there. And they have like a different take on what McDonald's would normally have. They have those like chicken fries. Like they're good, but they're weird. So they're not a slaps for me, but it's definitely A. Checkers, I honestly don't know what Checkers is. I would assume it's food. I'm just gonna throw it in D, because I don't know. I can't give it an F for like having been there. It's not fair. All right, we all know where Chick-Fil-A's headed. That's going to absolutely slaps for me. There's no way you can argue there's a better fast food chicken sandwich. I mean, there's plenty of other fast food chicken places, but whenever you're craving a good quality chicken sandwich, Chick-fil-A, every single time. That place is God's chicken, and he has blessed every establishment. All right, next up is Chipotle. For me, Chipotle is super overhyped. It's just a burrito, but people think it's like a reinvention of Tex-Mex. Go to Taco Cabana or like a taqueria anywhere and you're gonna get the same food for like half the price, man. The burritos are crazy expensive. It's good. I enjoy it. But you're going B tier for me just because, like, people like you a little too much. You know what I mean? You're like the popular kid in school. Oh yeah, that guy's pretty cool, but also, like, he's not. Okay, Cinnabon. I don't even consider this like food. This is like a dessert, and that's it. I don't even know if they serve food. I know they have cinnamon roll, and they absolutely kill it. I can't give this an absolutely slaps simply because, like, all they are is cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna go A for sure. Oh, dude, Jimmy John's. So this one's a little bit controversial because to me, this place absolutely slaps. Their bread is like crispy but chewy, and they don't put like too much on a sandwich. They get it just right. In my opinion, they absolutely slap. That's my seal of approval for Jimmy John's. All right, DQ. DQ is like walking into a dirty bathroom, but then you're gonna go get ice cream. You never feel completely safe inside of a Dairy Queen. You always feel like there's a little bit something going wrong. Like they haven't mopped the floor in like 3 years, but their blizzards are absolutely incredible. So for that, I'm gonna give you I'll go C, actually. I'm gonna go C for that one because their food is awful. It's atrocious. Don't eat there. You just go there for the ice cream. And it's enough of a reason for them to still chill around, I guess. Dunkin Donuts is a place like I don't normally go to. If I drive by one, I'm like, oh cool, there's a Dunkin Donuts. I don't think I've ever stopped and been like, dude, I need to go in. I'm sure donuts are good. I love donuts. But I'm just gonna throw you in D tier because, like, I have no idea. All right, I can't even tell what this one is. Yeah, I have no idea what this next one is. So I'm just gonna throw it in D because I don't have an opinion of you. El Pollo Loco, never been there either. Another D. All right, dude. Five Guys. For me, this one's pretty controversial. It's either one way or the other. It's super polarized. They are pretty expensive, but their food is really good quality, and I really enjoy it every time I go. So you're going A for me. Not absolutely slaps, but you're pretty close. Hardee's. I don't think I've ever actually eaten at a Hardee's. No, actually, that's not true. I did eat there once, probably like 6 years ago. I mean, it's kind of like In-N-Out, but like sketchy. It's like if Dairy Queen and In-N-Out had a baby. Pretty much what it felt like. I don't think the food was very good. You'll go C because I compared you to Dairy Queen. In-N-Out, dude, I actually really like their food, but I'm never gonna actually go there on purpose. Because if I'm gonna do a burger, it's either gonna be like McDonald's burger or like a Whataburger. But In-N-Out is sort of like right in between those two, I think. Not for me. So I'll go B for you. Okay, Jersey Mike's. They make a really good sandwich, but they're also crazy expensive. So if I'm gonna go like a sandwich place, it's either gonna be like Subway or Jimmy John's. I've never really been to Jersey Mike's unless I was going with someone else who really wanted to go to Jersey Mike's. It's good, but I'm gonna give that a solid B. KFC, honestly, terrible food. I've never been there and been happy. I'm going F tier just because that's how strong my opinion is on KFC. Okay, Krispy Kreme, it's another one of those where it's like, is it food? In terms of donuts, they absolutely slap. But I feel bad because I gave Cinnabon the A. So I'm just gonna put him and Cinnabon together in A. Long John Silver's is not food. It's not a fast food restaurant, Long John Silver's. It's literally just a front for money laundering, and they sometimes de-thaw frozen fish on the counter and then serve you that. If there was something below F tier, that's where I would put Long John Silver's. Literally not food. Not food at all. All right, McDonald's. A lot of people are opinionated about McDonald's, thinking it's like baby food, but honestly, McDonald's is it's the cheapest way to get a full meal. It may not be like what you think high quality is, but for me, like, it's always gonna be delicious and it's always gonna taste exactly the same no matter where I go. That's a great fast food restaurant. Honestly, I'll fight you about McDonald's. Like, I think it's a really good place to eat, and for me, it absolutely slaps. And a lot of people are like, oh, you eat at McDonald's? Like those kind of people. And I'm just like, yeah, I eat at McDonald's all the time. Okay, Panda Express. That place for me, honest and truly, absolutely slaps. There's not really anywhere else you can get fast food, Chinese food, other than like, you know, one of those Chinese cafes or like Chinese buffet somewhere. That's the only place that really does fast food Chinese food. And they do it well. I really like their orange chicken. It's somewhere I would definitely go all the time on purpose. For me, that absolutely slaps. You know what I mean? Panera Bread is the most pretentious place I've ever been inside of, and they're so overpriced and their food is like normal food that I'm just gonna give that a D right now. Like, their food is good, but not how they like market it. They're like the Apple store of like bread. All right, dude, Popeyes. For a really long time, Popeyes for me was like a no-go. It's just like, it's food. But their like spicy strips are really good. And then lately, their spicy chicken sandwich that they came out with, oh my gosh, dude, like that rivals Chick-Fil-A. A lot of people blame Popeyes for the recent pandemic because they came out with this chicken sandwich and it was a direct attack on the Lord's chicken. And we think, we're being cursed with a plague right now. Think about it, dude. I'm gonna give it an absolutely slaps. Quiznos is like the worst hot sandwich place I've ever been to. I've never had a sandwich there that didn't feel like it's been sitting on the counter for the last 5 hours. You know what I mean? Like they made it and then they threw it on the counter like under a heating lamp and then like served it to you from yesterday. So that for me is a F. Raising Cane's, dude, that sauce that they have, absolutely amazing. Their chicken is kind of like, meh, it's chicken, but that sauce really brings it back together for me. So I'm gonna give them an A for sure. Okay, Sonic's a tough one because it's kind of like your brother who like had a really rough childhood, went off and he came back and you're like really proud of him and like he's doing a really good job with his life and so you want to be supportive, but like he also is kind of a mess and it's hard to be around him. Like this is what Sonic kind of feels like to me. They're trying real hard. They've still got some good food, but like most of the time you're pretty disappointed with how it ends up. The service is cool. You get to like drive in, feel like you're back in the 1940s or whenever that was. Overall though, pretty disappointing experience. I'm gonna just go C on that one. Steak and Shake. I remember I went there a bunch. We had one near us and we just ate there all the time. But I don't think I ever was like happy with my choice to go there. So for that, I'm gonna go C. I'm gonna go C for that one. Dude, Subway. Everyone's always like, I don't like Subway. They don't have good sandwiches. But it's like, you're literally creating the sandwich. Like, if the sandwich is bad, it's because you made a bad sandwich. So you just go there and you order the correct things and then it's gonna be good. I wouldn't say they absolutely slap. I probably would have, but Jimmy John's kind of replaced Subway in my life. But you're definitely getting an A, for sure. The classic, most polarizing restaurant to talk about is Taco Bell. You either absolutely will eat there 100% of the time or you will never eat there on purpose. And for me, I'm gonna eat there all the time. It's so good and cheap and easy. It's just like you're gonna get the food you order, you're gonna eat it, and you'll probably enjoy it. But honestly, Taco Bell absolutely slaps, dude. Okay, Wendy's. I have some respect for them because they sort of ushered in this new era of like fast food customer service online, with like the whole Twitter thing. And so I can respect them for, sort of like marketing to the younger generation for fast food because that's the only people who really eat there. Like I respect their food and I don't think it's bad, but it's not good. So I'm gonna go C. I think C is where they belong. A lot of people would probably disagree with that, but I just don't like their food. All right, what is this? This is another pretzel place. Just because you're not Auntie Anne's, you're going in D. I don't even know what you are, though. Whataburger. If you're from the South, Whataburger is an absolutely slaps. That's just end of story. It's a great burger. A lot of them are open 24 hours, and so you're just going to get an incredible burger all the time. The two burgers I will always recommend from Whataburger are the Mushroom Swiss and the Patty Melt. White Castle, I've never actually had from a White Castle. I just get the frozen burgers, but they're always so good. So I'm gonna go A, because I mean, if they're good from frozen, they've got to be good fresh. All right, Wich. I really do like Wich. I can understand where they're coming from. It's kind of trying to be like a little like do it yourself Subway kind of thing, but you have to interact with humans a lot less because you just fill out a bag, and I can respect that. I like their food. I like their environment. I'm going to give them an A. It's not an absolutely slaps for me because, I don't know. I'm not going to go there more than I would go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Zaxby's, that's another one that I don't think I've ever been to, and I really don't even know what kind of food they have. So that's just going to go D for me. So overall, absolutely slaps kind of got a lot more than I thought. But for me, those are like top tier of the top tier of places I'm just going to eat all the time. So feel free to comment and tell me what you think is appropriate here. But honestly, like, this is it. This is the list. People are going to print this out and put it on their wall and say, wow, this guy knows his way around food. And it's true, I do. So honestly, just that absolutely slaps tier, that's all you ever really need to go to. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us, guys. I appreciate y'all coming and watching, and you know, feel free to comment below and let me know what you think about my choices. It's okay to be wrong. I'm not. So feel free to just comment and be like, hey, this is what I think should go there. I know I'm wrong, but like, let's talk about it. All right, thanks for stopping by, guys. Take it easy and keep it tight.